morning students. We are start chapter number 2, work and energy. So we are have to study the part of energy. Work part we are already studied. Now we have to start a part of the chapter, that is energy. And in the energy we have studied that capacity of work is simply called as a energy. So there are two types of energy we have studied. Okay, that is the potential energy and kinetic energy. Formula for kinetic energy is 1 by 2 mv square. Okay, kinetic energy is the energy gained by an object due to its motion. Okay, so that is 1 by 2 mv square, where m is the mass of an object and v is the velocity of an object. That is the formula of kinetic energy. Then also we are studying, that is the second part, which is potential energy. Okay, formula for the potential energy is mgh, the energy gained by an object due to its specific position, okay, or state. It is simply called as a potential energy. So mgh is the formula of a potential energy. M is the mass of an object, g is acceleration due to gravity, and h is height of an object from the ground surface. Okay, so potential energy is depend on the height and kinetic energy is depend on the velocity. Okay, that much part we are already studied in the last lecture. Now in today's lecture we have to see transformation of energy. Okay, so we can transfer energy in one form to another form. Okay, transformation means simply what? Change. Okay, we have to change in nature of energy. Energy remains same but its nature get changed. Okay, so suppose what is electricity we have, okay, that is come from the hydroelectric power. Okay, so many power plants are there, but now we consider example of hydroelectric power plant. Okay, so whatever the energy there has, that energy stored in the form of potential energy. Okay, in dams we know water, they are stored at height. Okay, the walls of dams are very high, we know. Okay, so that all water is stored with the help of that walls, means they give height to that wall. Okay, so as the doors of a dams are open, due to that water falls very fast. Okay, it gains velocity. So initially it is stored at somewhat height, then it means that it has a potential energy. Energy gained by water due to its specific height, specific state. Okay, that is the potential energy. As we open the door of a dams, then that the potential energy get converted into kinetic energy. Okay, so very fastly that water fall down from that dam. Okay, so that the potential energy get converted into kinetic energy there. So with the help of that kinetic energy we rotate turbines. Okay, and due to the rotation of a turbines, what happen, the mechanical energy get converted into electrical energy. Okay, then that electric energy comes to our home. Okay, then that electric energy we can convert into various another form. Okay, suppose when we are using electric heater, okay, that is we convert electric energy into the heat energy. Okay, so that is the one part. Then if you run any machine on the electric energy, okay, then we convert that electrical energy into the mechanical energy. Also when we are turn on the light bulb, okay, initially it's electric energy, then we convert it into the light energy. Okay, when we turn on TV and play music, at that time with the help of electricity we turn on the TV, then that electricity get converted into light and sound energy. Okay, so such a way that one form of energy, initially whole energy is stored in a dam as a potential energy. Now, with the help of various machines, we convert it into different types of energy. Okay, so such a way that from this example we can understood that we can transform energy into various forms, one form to another form very easily with the help of various electrical devices. I told you this example of hydroelectric power plant. Okay, so such a way that in various cases such a thing we can observe energy transformation of energy we can observe. Okay, so here suppose one example is also given in our book, that is of the pendulum. Okay, we have to hang two pendulum on the horizontal string. Okay, if you give oscillations to a one pendulum, okay, what we have to do, we have to here tie two pendulums on a one horizontal string, then we have to give oscillation to only one pendulum. Okay, so as the time passes, energy of a pendulum goes on decreasing and its amplitude simultaneously goes on decreasing. So as the amplitude of the one pendulum decreases, similarly amplitude of the second pendulum start to increase. Initially it is at rest, but whatever the energy lost by first pendulum, that is gained by the second pendulum. So here energy transformation takes place in the pendulum from one pendulum to another pendulum. Okay, that is the one example given in our book. Okay, so in this topic transformation of energy, in that we have to study that energy can be transformed from one form to another form. Energy has its different forms. Okay, this is the electric energy, that is one form. Then mechanical energy, this is the one form of energy. Then light energy, chemical energy, sound energy, heat energy. Okay, again lots of forms of energy are there. Okay, so we can convert energy into one form to another form. Okay, so how that conversion takes place, that we have to see with this one example. Okay, that given in our book, that is the electric energy is it at center. Okay, then mechanical, light, chemical, sound and heat energy that are given surrounding to this electric energy. So here first example is that is the conversion of electric energy into the mechanical energy. We can convert electric energy into the mechanical energy. How? With the help of engine or fan. Okay, mechanical means or simply machines. We have to, when we run machine on electric energy, any machine, fan, okay, or any engine. Okay, so there what happen, we need electricity and we have to at that case convert that electricity into the mechanical energy. So in case of we are run engine or fan, at that time transformation of electric energy takes place in the form of electric energy to the mechanical energy. So here again second part, that is no doubt about that we can convert electric energy into mechanical energy, but we can convert mechanical energy into electric energy also. Okay, with the help of electric generator. Okay, in electric generator in 10th standard we have to study that part. In electric generator we have to rotate the magnets, means we have to rotate a one machine. With the help of rotation of magnets we can produce electric energy. So in case of electric generator, with the help of mechanical energy we can convert it into electrical energy. So in this way both transformation of energy takes place, electric energy into mechanical energy or mechanical energy into electric energy. So this is the statement of law of conservation of energy. Okay, this statement is asked and 1-2 example is also asked. Okay, so you have to remember that which devices we have to use to convert energies in which form. Okay, they may be asked to match pair or write examples. Okay, so here engine or fan means electric energy into mechanical energy, or generator means mechanical energy into electric energy. These examples are also important that you have to remember. Okay, so next conversion is electric energy into the light energy. Okay, so here we know electric bulb. Okay, electric energy into the light energy we can convert in the help of electric bulb. Okay, we know in the our home circuits electricity is present there, but as we connect electric bulb, then with the help of that electricity we can produce light. Okay, means with the help of electric bulb we can convert electric energy into the light energy. Similar way we can convert light energy into the electrical energy with the help of solar cell. Okay, with the help of solar cell. Okay, so here we know that is also called as a photovoltaic cell. Okay, we know that solar plates are present. Okay, with that solar plate that convert light energy into the electrical energy. So such a way that we can convert electric energy into the light energy as well as light energy into the electrical energy. Then third example is conversion of electric energy into the chemical energy. Okay, how can we convert electrical energy into the chemical energy? That is, first is secondary cell. With the help of secondary cell we convert electrical energy into the chemical energy, and with the help of primary cell we can convert chemical energy into the electrical energy. So primary and secondary cell, their construction working we have studied in the 8th standard. Okay, so you just have to remember only this example. For electric energy to the chemical energy we have to use secondary cell, and if you want to convert chemical energy into electrical energy then we have to use primary cells. Only this example you have to remember here. So here with the help of this primary and secondary cell we can convert chemical energy into electrical energy and electrical energy into the chemical energy. The next example is electrical energy into the sound energy. So here again we can convert electrical energy into sound energy and sound energy into again electrical energy. How? So with the help of loudspeaker we can convert electric energy into the sound energy. Okay, so we know we need electricity to work loudspeaker. Okay, so with the help of that electricity we can convert that electric energy into the sound energy, and similar way with the help of microphones we can convert sound energy into the electric energy. With the help of sound we generate electric signal here with the help of microphone. So here we convert sound energy into electrical energy. So conversion into electric and sound energy may be possible, or sound to electric energy may be possible with the help of these devices. Loudspeaker is electric energy into sound energy, and microphone is sound energy into the electrical energy. These examples we have to remember. Then next is electric energy into the heat energy. Okay, so this electricity we can convert into heat, or heat we can convert into electricity. So we have to see for some example. We can convert electricity into heat energy with the help of electric heater. Okay, we are generally use this electrical heater to boil water. Okay, so with the help of that heater, this electricity we are used to convert it into heat energy. And the second is thermocouple is a device in that we can convert heat energy into the electrical signals. Okay, so with the use of thermocouples, with the help of heat energy we convert it into electrical energy. So such a way that we can convert electrical energy into heat, or heat energy into the electrical energy. So such a way that we can transform one form of energy into the another form. Okay, means we can change nature of energy, forms of energy. Okay, so simply in the transformation of energy, the topic we have studied that energy can be transferred from one form to another form. Okay, So here these are the some example we are see. These examples are important that you have to remember. This question generally asked in examination, this or this combined, that is the statement of law of conservation of energy. We have to study that now, but I am telling you about importance of this diagram. Okay, this question may be asked in examination. This is important topic. Okay, in that we have studied that energy can be transferred in one form to another form. This is an example of electrical energy. We can convert it into mechanical or mechanical energy and electric energy. Such a way that electric light, electric chemical, electric sound and electric heat transformation of energy takes place one form to another form to again that initial form. So that is the transformation of electric energy, and from that one law is developed, that is the law of conservation of energy. Okay, that tells about the energy of a universe. Okay, no doubt about that. We can convert one form of energy into the another form, but what is the about total energy of the universe? That tells about this law, and the statement of the law of conservation of energy is energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, so we are already studied. I gave you example of a electric energy. Okay, we can't do there. Okay, we can't create that energy. We just stored water at somewhat height. Due to that, automatically it gains potential energy. That potential energy that we convert into another energy, such a way that electricity production takes place, and we know that electricity uses various applications. So such a way that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. We can't create energy, we can't destroy it. It can be converted from one form into another. Okay, but what we can change that form of energy. I told you this example. We can change the form of energy. Energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but we can change into one form to another. Thus, the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. Okay, so whatever the total amount of energy of the universe, that is remains constant. This is the statement of law of conservation of energy. Energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be convert one form into the another form. We can change the form of energy. Okay, we can change the form of energy, and also total energy of the universe remains constant. Okay, this is the statement also you have to remember that asked in examination for write the statement of law of conservation of energy. Okay, these are the example of transformation of energy. Okay, so such a way that we can make transformations of energy from in one form to another form. Okay, energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be transferred one form into the another form, and total energy of the universe remains constant. This is the statement of law of conservation of energy. Okay, next topic we have to see, that is the free fall. Okay, we know earth has an attracting power that we call as the gravitational force. Any object earth tries to pull towards itself towards the center of earth. Okay, and due to that object fall towards the center of earth. Okay, so we know, suppose this is an one object. Okay, if I remove my hand, then automatically it will fall on the surface of earth due to the earth's gravitational field. So now in that case only one force is applied on this object. Okay, that is the gravitational force. So this object is moved under the only one force, that is the gravitational force. Okay, so when objects fall under the influence of only one force, that is the gravitational force, such a case is called as a free fall of an object. Motion of the object under only Earth's gravitational force or Earth's gravitational influence, then that motion is simply called as a free fall. Only gravitational force is act on that object. No other forces will act at that case. Okay, such a case is called as a free fall of an object. Motion of an object due to only gravitational force is simply called as a free fall. Okay, now suppose we have to consider one object, okay, is at height h. We have to study free fall of that object from point A. Suppose this is ground, okay, point C is on ground, so this object is at height h at point A. B is a midpoint and C is a point on the ground. So what happened here, point B is at exact middle position, okay, so this total height is x, this midpoint to upper point has height x, so this point C and B height h minus x. Okay, so these are the heights of the points of the point from the ground. Okay, so now here first of all what we have to do in this case, only we have to study energies of an object at these three different points. Okay, and we have to calculate their total energy. Total energy I already told you, combination of kinetic energy and potential energy. We have to compare total energies of an object at these 3 points A, B, C. Just we have to see what happened about the potential energy, total energy when object has A at B and C. Okay, that we have to study in this part. So first of all we have to study energy of an object at point A. Okay, at point A what will be the total energy of an object we have to study. So here if I place suppose this object here, its initial velocity is how much? 0. Okay, because initially it is stationary condition. As I remove my hand, then it will start to gain velocity. But his initial velocity is how much? 0. So initial velocity u, that denoted by u, which is equal to 0. So from that we can calculate their kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is given by 1 by 2 mv square. So 1 by 2 m, initial velocity is how much? U. U is equal to how much? 0. So 1 by 2 into m into 0 will be equal to 0. So kinetic energy of an object at point A is how much? 0. Because it has 0 velocity, and we know kinetic energy is energy gained by object due to its velocity. So initially kinetic energy is 0. Now what is about potential energy? We are already studied potential energy depend on height, and it is given by mgh. M is the mass of an object, g is acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height. So initially it is at height h from the ground surface, so its potential energy will be equal to mgh. So what is the total energy? Total energy at point A will be equal to kinetic energy at point A plus potential energy at point A. Kinetic energy is 0 and potential energy how much? mgh. So total energy at point A of an object will be equal to mgh. We call its equation number 1. Such a way that what happened about energy we have to see at point B and at point C. Okay, so that we will calculate in tomorrow's lecture. But today we have to see topic, that is that free fall. Free fall means what? Motion of an object under only gravitational force. That's called as a free fall of an object. So here only we have to study total energy of an object at point A, B and C. Okay, now at point A total energy is mgh. What about total energy at point B and C? That we have to see in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.